Hi, my name is Troy Anderson. I'm the owner of Anderson Training Systems. It's a fitness coaching business based in Tempe, Arizona. What I'm going to do is share with you today a couple real basic foundational kettlebell squatting movements. The first movement I'm going to show you is what's called the goblet squat, and then the second movement I'm going to show you actually entails using two kettlebells, and it's the kettlebell front squat from the rack position. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demo these two movements to you from a couple real solid angles. I'm going to go ahead and give you some coaching cues while I'm doing the movements, and then I'm going to come back and explain why the movements are so important. So first, let's take a look at the goblet squat. Goblet squat is very simple. We're going to hold the bell as close to where the large part of the kind of ball part meets the handle as possible. We're going to hold it right on top of our chest. We're going to take about a hip width stance, a lot of weight on our heels, and as we move down, we're going to keep our chest nice and tall. We're going to keep the bell close to us. We're not going to bend over, and we're going to push our knees nice and wide. So it's going to look something like this. And then back up. I'm going to drive off through the heels. We're going to try to squeeze our butt from the very bottom to try to stand straight and tall. And back up. This is an excellent beginner movement. The reason that I'm showing both versions of kind of a front squat today is very easy for beginners to learn to use, because the weight's on the front of their body and the load of their body and the movements of their body should actually be going backwards, so it gives you a nice counterbalance, makes you feel nice and stable and balanced and secure. Our next movement is the double kettlebell front squat. And so we're going to go ahead and move the bells up into the rack position. If we were doing some more advanced drills, we'd actually clean these properly up, but I just want to show you the actual drill itself. From the rack position, we want to hold the bell nice and vertical. We don't want it to leak out on us as such. We want to bring it back in. You should put a little bit of pressure, light pressure on the back of our wrist, and grip the bell firmly. We want to come up with the other bell as well and do the same thing there. We kind of want to brace our elbows into our trunk. The really unknown, the hidden benefit of this exercise is you get a really awesome stimulus for your trunk and abdominals with the kettlebells on the front side of your body. You can almost feel it just sitting here and holding in the rack position, which is the position I'm in right here. And now, again, hip width apart. The dynamics as far as the squatting movement are the same as the goblet squat. We're going to come down and then back up. Again, weight on heels, pushing knees wide so my hips have space to come down. And then trying to fire from the glutes and hamstrings all the way back to the top. So those are a couple of our introductory squatting movements for the kettlebell. The goblet squat, which I showed you first, and the kettlebell front squat, which I just showed you there. Real standard protocols for somebody getting into this type of squatting movement, maybe to do a little bit higher repetition with the beginner movement. The goblet squat, that being maybe say 8 to 12 repetitions. As you advance to the barbell, obviously the weight, it doubles. You may want to start off with doing maybe sets of 5 or 6 or something along those lines, and then progress onward. So if you enjoyed this video today and are interested in some more video or content of this nature, stop on over to my website, andersontrainingsystems.com, where I have a whole bunch of content in the form of articles and a lot more other videos that are very similar to this. Hope you enjoyed this.